So hi everybody, and thank you for coming to do this workshop of Next.ID about the hackathon. This is our third day, the nine workshop. We are hosting in Matchbox hosting the hackathon, and Musk are the co-host. We start building by Friday, and then we start our workshops, and we have prizes up to $50,000. There are three teams to build: Web3 social, Web3 gaming, and Web3 infra and general tech. And the demo day will be on February 20. The prizes, the first place, the gold prize is $20K prize, and we got bounties as Atakan said before. For example, on Go Plus, you can just see it in the chat. And about us, in Matchbox, we are manage the part of on-chain gaming, and Musk considered on the social network part. And we prefer you build on Starknet, but you don't must to, because Starkware is our major partners. Here you can see the judges as you see before, and about the partners. And about Next.ID, is your Next.ID is your reliable decentralized identity infrastructure layered for all social DApps to build upon. Next.ID connect your Web 2 and Web 3 identities, and this is your turn, we for the workshop.
Yeah, thanks, Chuck. Let me present my screen. Can you guys see it?
Yeah.
Yeah. All right then. Thank you, Chuck. Thank you for the warm welcome. And today's workshop will be me. I'm Wei Duan. Actually, I'm the community manager from Next.ID. Next.ID is a open source protocol, the ID open source protocol, as Chuck introduced. And let me walk you through with how this project or protocol went. So yeah, first, let me congratulate to all of you, and I'm happy you are here to attend this Network State Hackathon. I hope you have a great time building projects. So for Next.ID workshop, so what specifically is a Next.ID? So saying it's an open source DID protocol for all self-governed identities. So today's agenda, we have two parts. I think I be mainly focused on the first part, introduction part, due to the workshop part will be like require network coding, etc. I believe workshop setting here at this time is more about introducing the protocol to all of you, not like teaching you how to code with the project. So why now for DID, and what is the essence about Next.ID? So there are tons of questions we want to answer with this project or protocol, but we have ruled out and filled out three major issues we want to address. So the first is we want to solve the identity gap between Web 2 and Web 3. So how is this? We believe when it came to the transition from Web 2 to Web 3, users have left so many Web 2 IDs, like your Twitter accounts, your Facebook account, your Instagram account, but you wouldn't bring them, those data into Web 3 space. So it's a I think it's a loss, and also it's a high bar between these two things. So we plan to use a social graph, and like we can connect your Web2 IDs to Web3. So this will be the relation service I will talk to you later soon. And the second is about the privacy and trust issues. So in Web3, you must have heard so many cases, right? So many stories and so many scary stories out there saying, oh, there's a account, a wallet was hacked by some hackers, bad hackers, of course. So it's scary. It seems scary. I believe there are also so many projects or protocol out there working on privacy and trust security stuff. But for DID is also a very, very important, like top one priority thing to do. So this is the second thing we want to manage and to handle. Then we believe after all this identity or DID system is being set up completely with an elegant user interface way and with a quite secure, safe, protected in a safe way, then we believe this is where we start with the social, right? Imagine like back to the Web2 space. So how you, what would happen when you connect with others on the internet? So first you got your like Gmail, you got your Google account, you got your Apple ID, you got your Facebook ID. Then you use that ID to log in the services. It may be a Uber, it may be an Airbnb, maybe a Netflix. So you have the ID, then you log to all those services, and you get to meet people on the internet. So this is where the social began. So this is pretty the same for Web3, right? We must have a DID where all these socials begins, because fundamentally we should define what is a user in Web3. So in conclusion, the connection of Web2 digital assets, IDs, and identities to Web3. So our aims to 3 goals. First, keep all your Web2 digital legacy. Like I just mentioned, like your Twitter account, Facebook account, all of those Web2 IDs you don't want to lost, right? And second, easy to prove who you are with the ID, but it's controlled by yourself, not controlled by Google, Apple, or Facebook. It's totally controlled by yourself. And then the third, we're gonna have a privacy by design, and definitely it's cost chain protocol, right? So right now you have Bitcoin wallet, you have Ethereum ecosystem, you have Polygon, Solana, and the newcomers as Aptos, 2, etc. So how are we gonna use DIDs to cross chains? So this is also a challenge and problems in front of us. So the third thing is allow DID as a proxy to logging and communication through all these protocols, different worlds, I should say. So for developers, we have more servers to go, but today I want to bring you with 2 major things. The first is about the proof service, and the third is relation service. The first is about identity creation, and the latter is about identity connection. So how does this thing? Let me go to the next page. The core. Is that anyone is asking questions? Oops. Okay. Oops. And let me back to the keynote. The core concept of Next.ID will be avatar. So it's a term. It used to be called as persona, but we changed it to avatar because we find it may it's maybe easier for you to understand, because I believe most of you, 90% of you, maybe, I guess, had watched the movie directed by James Cameron, just named as Avatar, right? Avatar, I think is a term from religion from Indian, and if we recall the plots from the movies, the main character called Jake, right? Jake is a male, half paralyzed human being, but he gets to control the bodies, a Nami beings on the planet on Pandora. So this is pretty much the same as us sitting from a desk, sitting from a computer, use a keyboard control like avatar on the internet. Let's like visualize them. A human body, like not a human body, like a visualized person standing in the internet space. So it's pretty the same for you to watch the movie, how that went with Jake. So here, avatar is a core concept because we use this avatar to do two-way bonding with your identities. Like Web2 IDs on the right, you can see Twitter. See the Twitter logo. This tweet bird, blue bird. So the idea is is new. He's a initiative this project as well. Then on the right, you can see his Facebook account. So we use a private key to sign, to do the sign actions to make this two-way binding happen. Then on the left, you can see also we use the signing action to do the two-way binding with Ethereum public addresses, say naming it as a smart contract wallet. So by working as this, we believe you will have this avatar to interacted with all your Web2 IDs and Web3 DIDs. We're not only, of course, support Twitter and Facebook. You will see most of the major platforms in Web2 are also in the coming months as the major chains in the Web3 space will be supported by this protocol. Then let me go next. Next is the relation service. So this is a picture. It's kind of complicated for you to understand. Maybe like you can have two avatars, like you have different accounts right now on the internet as well, like one Google account A and Google account B. And for avatar, it's the same. You have two of them, two different aspects of you. I have a demo to show you how it works, make it easier to understand. So we have an interface called Web 5.bio, and I'm just search. So like for me, myself, I have this ENS address. See, I can also visualize it. So this is where binding Wei Duan.eth and with the identity, I think that's public address Ethereum. On the platform, you can see Ethereum. And I'll also search binary HB, my Twitter handle, which I have binded, which I had banded with the Next.ID avatar, you can see, right? This is from that display name binary HB from platform Twitter, and it is binded with the display name. This is also a private key pair generated in Next.ID. Okay. So you can also watch it, see it from the picture and check the link. There's a video presentation to share the details if you want to check again in later time. And you can see from the pictures, Sujian, he's also like he's the initiator of Mask Network and also the main sponsor for the project of Next.ID. And you can see his, I can go back here to see it goes. You can see many public Ethereum public addresses, also ENS domain, and you can see his Twitter handle, Lens account, Lens protocol. See, and also this is from Keybase from the right here, and also this GitHub account, and even I believe this is from Reddit. If I visualize it, see it. You can see this is the Next.ID avatar he created. Then he bound it with his main Ethereum addresses and ENS domain, binding to it, Lens protocols, etc., etc. So by doing this, we believe we can enable you not only use proof service, the first one, avatars to connect all your IDs and DIDs, Web2 IDs and Web3 DIDs. And then you can use this identity graph provided by relation service to see, what is this person's like his interest, his or her interest, right? Like is he or she likes to watch a movie or buy watch sports or movies right now? Like, is he buying, is he or she buying NFTs, etc.? You can, based on the data we have in relation service, to define what may fulfill his or her needs. So this is where DApps, what kinds of DApps kicks in with their services. And yeah, and also we have a test partners, KM3, David, and R3, and many, of course, right now, Next.ID is fundamental DID system for Mask Network, and also for a cross the chain IAM protocol called SwapChat. And then we have next steps planned. Two things deserve to mention here. The first is core service, and the second is OS service. This is a big issue. Also, I want to get feedback from all of you. Like right now, I want to pose out a question. Like right now, even though we give out our data permissions to Google, Apple, and Facebook, we know they own our account, right? We use the free services, but they own our account. And for the whole spirit of Web3, we want to take them back. We want to take back control of our own data. So the way to do it, we proposed in Next.ID is we name it as a core service. We want each users, they have their own VPS, aka virtual private server. So you have your own server that represents you and the internet. So this is a way we want to do it. And I think the core service is pretty much ready to release. We believe we will get it out like by next week and present it in the Ethereum Denver Festival. And I hope you can get an eye on it and get feedbacks from all of you as well. Then the all service is quite similar because let's see if we already have a DID. So how are we gonna interact with all those DApps out there? Like, is it providing very user-friendly way to do it back to the Web 2 space, like you use Google account to log all the service in just one click. Is it that simple? So all service purpose is to like I don't know if we're gonna do it the same way, but we definitely want it as simple as Web 2 auth authentications did. So this is the purpose and purpose for all service. And as well, we will provide a we call it ACL. Well, you can understand is a permission control. You will design which data you want to release out. Like, let's go back here. Like, which part of the data you want authentication with the apps out there. So you have to you have the permission to design which part are not. So this is mainly what to do with all service, and also it's a very it's in production in progress, and it's gonna release out very soon. So I think we want the ID is not as only a decentralized ID, but also a self-host, self-owned VPS, taking back the data ownership, taking it back to all of us, all of you. And it's an avatar to represent you as a digital world user. Of course, you can create many avatars you want, and all the apps and the platforms, user preference, and personal information could be stored on this self-host VPS. And yes, I think this is I think this is the most part I want to cover for the day. And I'm gonna give it a pause here and to see if anyone has questions. So the first 10 pages about the introduction of this project, this open source protocol. Nope. Nope.
But we let people ask thing if they want on the end of the workshop.
Yeah, if you're not feel comfortable to speak out, you can just leave a comment in the chat room.
Okay.
So yeah, thanks, Chuck. So also let me give you a guidance on how to do it. So it's more about, because this is an open source protocol, so it's not like directly used by the users. So it should be developed by developers, then integrated into the app, then used by a user. So the first part of today's workshop is that I want to present you with how to use proof service to establish avatar for your users. It also has a link in our official documentation. You can check Next.ID. That's the same website, domain name as well, and check out all these documentations. Proof service, Kiwi. This is soon be rebranded. Volition services also as well. And back to the slides. We have some prerequisites, like basic cryptography, some kind of programming languages, Python, TypeScript, Node.js, and basic impulsement or CUL, or maybe even other programming languages. It's not that hard. So first, I can mention the avatar. You should generate on private key pairs. And right now you can see you can use a library called SECP256K1. So this is the Python libraries. You can also find the exact same libraries in other like programming languages. Then use a Python to generate a private key pair. And this is the trick part. Be attention that you can see the last 3 digits of the private key I have changed, and this documentation has been changed to XXX. Why is that? Because your private key is everything. You must have heard that. So never leak it out to anyone, any else. And just remember this. This is how we deliberately to replace the last 3 digits of this private key. After generated private key pair, you can use it to binding your Twitter account. It has the 5 steps: get a payload, generate a signature, post a proof tweet, verify the proof, and check your avatar status. So let's go with the first one. So this is where the API kicks in, right? So kicks in the API. What is the API of proof service? Is slash. Oh, sorry. I think I must go back to here to give you the endpoint. I believe it's with the REST API. That'll be yes. So the proof service APIs with the endpoint staging goes to this URL, production goes to this URL. Tell the difference from the names. Then use the endpoint with /proof and /payload, and can check it in Postman, a software to test HTTP request. Or simply use a CURL. Then you can see I want to do an action of create, right? Action of create for a Twitter platform. Then you should replace your Twitter handle. Your Twitter handle, like mine, is binary HB. Then the private key pair just generated. Then you will return with the post content and the signed payload and the UUID generated for your Next.ID avatar. See, we have a post account. Then remember how we're gonna do this two-way binding from between this Next.ID avatar and Twitter account. We must do it do it with a sign action of a private key. So the step 2 to generate a signature by your private key, and you can download this demo with this. You can use this signature generate demo to run it. We now support Go, Rust, and TypeScript. And then after you try it, after you download it, open the indexed TS file under directory /src. You can see the message line buffer from is the payload. It's the signed payload. You can see here, signed payload. Then after you replace your signed payload, run the script, and you can see we have 2 consoles to log to print out the messages like signatures in hex and also in base64. There's 2 formats, right? And then you can compile after you do the replacement, compile the project, compile the project, and run the node index.js in the directory of /disc. Get it running. Then you have this post content. You should go back to your Twitter, like this. Go back to Twitter. Start to do a Twitter Then copy paste is verifying thing, because you now have a signature, right? So this is where it's very interesting, because we work around like Twitter's official API blocking. Because when you post this account, post this content, and in your Twitter post, so that is one signature in here, right? And go then after you post it, so each Twitter will has a unique ID, and you can see this number. You can see like the URL twitter.com, my Twitter handle, binary HB status, blah blah blah. This is a serial irregular numbers. The number will be the property of proof location, meaning where your send which Twitter send your proof. Then step 2.4, you get called API/proof using Postman COL as well, and you can see can type in the proof location and your public key, your identity, then simply request it. And after you request it, then you go to call things. Sorry, this is in the ADA space here for a typo. Call the proof to get a method. Or you simply can go check with the Web3 bio. I just demonstrated with you. You can see after you check with the URL, then it will return the data like this. Right? Like your identities, which platforms you are buying it. So it's a Twitter, the time you created and lost the check, etc. So this is how it goes after all this. And congratulations to you. So you have successfully binding your avatar, Next.ID avatar to your Twitter account. This also works with other platforms as well. Twitter is the most like I think is a platform we have integrated that much successful. So other platforms I mentioned here works as well. I can go back to documentation to see. Hopefully we have a list for the platforms. Platform supported, right? Twitter, Keybase, 3M, GitHub, Discord, blah, blah, blah. So many of them. Then here, this for the proof service. Second, quick glance on relation service. So relation service, use it to build Web3 user profile. And also has a link here. If I want to go, you can just simply click. It's located in relation service, part of GraphQL. So relation service data source, we have this much proof service, like just mentioned. Other three symbol list, cyberclack, ETH, leaderboard, etc. Many upstreams, and keeps growing. I think this is a very big project apart from proof service. And right now, how you query the data from this service is using GraphQL. It's not very hard to learn, and I can show you with a playground. Let's go back to documentation. So, like you can see from the Web5 bio, you have all this data in a visualized way. So back in the back, they are all raw data. So how we got this raw data is by query with the GraphQL APIs. And then we have a playground. Let's see, GraphQL. Go with the production playground. Apply environment for you to do that. See, if you don't know how to coding and I've already learned about GraphQL, you will have to query with the one identity. Like put in the identities with platform Twitter and identities. This is my Twitter handle. Let's go check it. Very, very fast. So like it returns you this data, raw data. Then you get to pick out the data you want, the fields you want, and then display it on the interface. And then like find one identity with source, and also find one identity with NFT. I believe I don't have any NFTs yet. Yes, this doesn't show up. If you have NFTs, guarantee will pop out. You can check on NFT as well. Also, I can just change it to another. Oh, sorry. This is not the one. Yeah, you can just try it with mingling with the GraphQL, like it will show up with visualizations the way I want. And let's go back to the slides. So 3 parts. Today I bring with the introduction, Next.ID open source protocol, then 2 workshops to introduce you with proof service and relation service. And thank you. At the end, if you're still interested and want to like dig deeper and discuss with us about idea, please join us into this Telegram group. We have routinely community calls to discuss the direction of this open source protocol, and we are very appreciated and feel grateful if you are you'd like to contribute to this project. Yeah, that will be it from my presentation for today. Thank you.
Okay,
any questions?
Thank you, Wei. Anyone have any question about the presentation, about the workshop, or anything that you want to ask about the Next.ID? Okay, so maybe people just have more question on the chat when they building something on the next days. So we let you know in the chat, and if you can respond them, or I just ask you and then you can respond me and I help them. So thank you for the workshop. It was awesome, and thank you everybody that come to listen.
Yeah, thanks everybody. I guess we'll catch you later. Bye.
Bye. Thank you.